Gazzy, here we are, another Premier League about to get underway. Good feeling to be back here in Cardiff?
Yeah, looking forward to it. Always best place for me to play is Cardiff, and start off the Premier League. So hopefully start off with a good one, get some points on the board, and ease the pressure then going into every other week.
Got to the final last year. Do you feel you got unfinished business this year?
Yeah, not just in this tournament, but a few others as well. Yeah, I played brilliant all the way through Premier League, got myself to the finals, and for the first time, and then just fell short in the final of that night. But yeah, one step further hopefully.
Obviously, you've spoken about your dislike for the Premier League before, but last year you really seemed to get your head round playing every week. Do you feel now at ease with the Premier League?
I feel at ease with the Premier League. I'm not too sure about the format, but I'll give my best every time, and yeah, sort of found my feet a little bit last year in the Premier League. But yeah, I started pretty well early on, so ease the pressure, and hopefully I can do the same this year.
I know last year you spoke about the format, even though you were the best player in that format. What is it that you dislike about it?
I just think with every other event as well that comes along with it, the Pro Tours, the Europeans, and then it used to be just prepare for one game and you're at the venue for 3.5, 4 hours, whereas you're wanting to win these nights, so you're setting yourself up to be there for 5, 6, 7 hours, maybe longer. But yeah, it's just hard work then having to stay on the road and play in every other event. But it is what it is.
Do you feel your form's heading in the right direction? We've seen flashes on the World Series events. Do you feel you're close to getting back to being you?
I will get back to my best. It's just I'm not a huge practicer at home. I can't. It's hard for me to practice. But when the pro tours and Europeans come along now, and then I'm on the board more often, and that's my practice time. So yeah, as soon as the pro tours come back around, that's when I'll be at my best.
When you look back at last year, were you disappointed that how the season went, considering how well you played at times?
No, not really. I got to a few major finals, the Premier League, the Grand Prix. I done pretty well all year. Just the results were in the finals. But if I keep playing like I did last year, then those results will change, and I'll start taking home the trophies again.
What would it mean to you to win here in Cardiff again tomorrow night?
Yeah, not just because it's in Cardiff, but it's good to get a win on the board early, and like I said, to ease the pressure going into next week and the week after. So yeah, looking for a good win first of all against Nathan, and hopefully then for the rest of the night.
Thanks very much.
Sorted.
Because you're the only Welshman in this year's Premier League, does that bring a bit of added pressure when you come to Cardiff?
No, not really. I think it's added pressure when there's another Welshman in it, because obviously if Johnny's winning and I'm out, it's like you want to be part of that. So yeah, I feel sorry for Johnny and the boys that haven't been picked this year, but yeah, I'm the only Welshman, so probably ease the pressure a little bit.
What are your thoughts on this year's Premier League?
Yeah, pretty good. I think the majority of the boys that are in should be in, so I think everybody's set up for what's going to be a great tournament.
Am I right in saying you've played rugby here before?
Yeah, I played, I think once or twice, I think.
How do you reflect on the journey you've been on then? I mean, this is your 10th year as a professional darts player. You played rugby here for Premier League darts media match. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, I don't know if I'd rather be here for the rugby or for the darts, I'm not sure, but yeah, if I was running out playing for Wales against Scotland on the weekend, I don't know if I'd be happier there or playing darts, I'm not sure.
Gezi, is there something inside you, a hunger inside you to sort of re-establish yourself as the main hitter again? Because obviously you're a world champion, you were red hot last season for large parts of it. Before everyone started talking about Luke Humphries, he was winning, it was about you were flying. But is that part of you really want, I really need to lay a marker down again now?
No, not really. I don't put that pressure on myself. Is the more pressure you put on yourself, the harder things are. I know the way darts works, and you go through purple patches, you go through ups and downs, and I've been through plenty of downs. It's just how you come through the other end, and I'm not putting any pressure on myself. I know that my form will come back. It's just I have to be patient.
You've opened a fish and chip shop now, or you've got planning for it. Is the focus totally on darts or on fish and chips?
No, it's definitely on darts. I'll let my brother and other people concentrate on that side of things and fully focus on the darts.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Again, we saw last year you finally cracked the Premier League, mystery of the Premier League. For so long you hadn't played your best stuff. Why do you think it took you so long to show everybody your best stuff?
Probably just my mindset. I weren't happy with the travelling and certain things with the Premier League, and I was probably in the wrong mindset week in, week out. And last year, I think I was just thinking a bit differently, and I was enjoying it more, probably because I got a few wins early on as well. But yeah, this game is all about your mindset and the way you're thinking about it, and I was a bit more positive.
And we know the crowd tomorrow is going to be right behind you. Can that add a little bit more pressure when everybody's singing your name and cheering your name in front of your home crowd?
Yeah, definitely. I don't get that very often, so when I'm coming to Cardiff, I relish it, and I want to put on a performance and give a little bit back. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the support, but hopefully I play well for them as well.
And the two people making their debut are the two Lukes, who are ranked as the top two favourites for this tournament. Does that just show the depth in darts at the moment, that the two people who have never been in the Premier League as full-time players before are listed as the two favourites and of course the world finalists?
Yeah, but obviously Luke Humphries, 4 majors on the bounce, the World Championship to finish it off. I think he's a deserved favourite, and obviously Luke Littler is in some great form, probably the form of his life. So yeah, that's the way the betting should be. But that this is week 1. Let's see what it's like on week 17.
Thank you.
No worries.
Kevin, you've made no secret, obviously you love coming to Cardiff and the fans back here. How great is it to be back once again?
Yeah, I absolutely love it. Like I said, we don't come here very often, so when I do, I like to make the most of it. Obviously winning here last year, so hopefully it's the same again. I'm just going to enjoy the moment.
Obviously you want to see more darts coming to Cardiff. Do you think that could be a reality in the close future?
Possibly. I'm not sure what other venues they've got around in Cardiff or in Wales, but I'd like to see some sort of major come to Wales. It'd be nice, but I'm not sure if that'll ever happen.
How do you think you can get with the final hurdle this time and finally lift that Premier League trophy?
Yeah, I mean, the Premier League's a long slog, so it's going to be tough, but I know that I've got a game to do it, and fingers crossed I can get the playoffs again, and it's all on the night then. So
what's the difference when fans are on your back versus when they're on your side, as they will be on Thursday?
Yeah, I think sometimes a home crowd can be an advantage, and they can definitely influence the results in games, but I'm just looking forward to get out and playing. The crowd I know are going to be supporting me, but I'm sure they'll support the other players as well. They're not bad in Cardiff, and I know when I played Nathan last year, he had a little bit of stick, but I'm sure they'll support everyone as well.
And perhaps for fans in Wales who are not particularly familiar with the sport, what can you expect from the night of the darts?
Well, especially Premier League, it's electric. It's a great atmosphere. It's a party atmosphere. You can watch darts on TV, but until you go to a Premier League venue somewhere like Cardiff or anywhere really, is nothing like it. So if you think it's good watching on TV, you're best to go and experience it live.
And you hang around for the game on Saturday?
I'm actually up in Milton Keynes for the Masters, so I'll just keep a close eye on it.
Confident of a win?
Yeah, I wasn't very confident when we went into the World Cup, but they surprised. So we've got a young bunch of boys, which I'm hoping can do well. But it'll be a tough game against Scotland, even though we are at home.
Good luck.
No worries.
You've had back-to-back weeks where you've had to play Luke Littler. What have you made of him, and who's better at double top?
Yeah, Luke's a great player. He's young. He's 17. He's got no scars yet, and he's just playing with a bit of freedom. And you can see that in him, in the way he's in the practice room, the way he is on the board. But yeah, I think if I had to put my life on the line for double top, I think I'd put it on myself.
He mentioned earlier that he's just sort of got on with it, and he alluded to that's something that you've done. Is that some wisdom you've imparted on him?
That's something you probably have to ask him. But when I see him in and around the practice room and the way he approaches everything and just sits there on his phone playing games and don't really interact, that's the way I was in the beginning. And I think that's perfect for him, and he just gets up, plays darts, and yeah, plays darts pretty well as well.
What would it mean to you tomorrow if you can, get through 3 games and take home that win in Cardiff again?
Yeah, I'd be over the moon. It's not just about winning in Cardiff, but getting some vital points on the board, and like I said, ease pressure then for the rest of the Premier League. Sorted.
Gerwyn, you're very keen to nurture new talent. Obviously, you've got the academy up in Markham, heading there myself later. A lot of new, fresh eyes on the sport, young fans as well. What advice would you give to young fans looking at the sport, maybe for the first time?
Yeah, well, if they're looking at it for the first time, they're not going to probably know much about Luke, but if they're not looking for the first time, then they can see that anything's possible. I mean, a youngster who only just turned 17, enough to win his first PDC major at 16 on his 3rd event. I think anything's possible, so just keep going. If things ain't going to plan now, I'm sure they will pretty soon.
Leslie, can I ask you about the keto diet? Obviously, you've been following it for 5 weeks. Can you see that giving you long-term benefits on long days on the tour?
Definitely, I feel a lot more energy and I feel better in myself. I think I'm not too sure if it's to do with the diet or the sugar in my body, but sometimes when I've been playing the last 2 or 3 weeks, I just feel the grip is a bit different with a dart. So I've gone to Red Dragon and had another set of darts made with another gram or 2 on top, because I don't know if it's to do with the moisture in my hands from the diet, not having the sugars and everything. So yeah, it's good the way I'm feeling, but I'm not sure if it's good on my grip. So trying to find that balance as well.
Okay. And tomorrow's final match against Nathan. He hasn't been firing since winning the match played last year. You know, you obviously know Nathan well. He's a dogged character. What are you expecting him to bring?
Yeah, I know exactly what Nathan's going to bring, whether he's playing fantastic or not. He'll stay in there right till the end. He'll never give you any leg for free. So, but I'll just go out, concentrate on my own game like I do every other week. But I know Nathan's a battler. Whether he's 1 leg behind, 5 legs behind, he's never out of the game. So I'll be battling right till the end. Sort of.
Gezi, if an Englishman's home is his castle, is a Welshman's darts venue his fortress, do you regard Cardiff as your fortress to defend?
Well, definitely after winning last year, but you know, it's a little bit of added pressure for me every time I come to Cardiff, and obviously when Johnny was in here as well, a little bit for him. But sometimes when the pressure's on, that's when I play my best stuff. But yeah, I won here last year. There's no reason why I can't do it again, and I'm looking forward to just getting out there.
Tomorrow night, as you said earlier on, is Luke Littler's Premier League debut. What can you expect from a Welsh crowd?
I don't know. You just have to wait and see. Well, every crowd is different, and I'm sure they'll welcome him into Cardiff, and they'll all support him and be right behind him. But you never know.
Michael van Gerwen said that he's joining the big boys club now. Is it possible to call a 17-year-old who's only played in 3 or 4 PDC tournaments a big boy already?
But he's played in the last 2 tournaments with the same players that are playing in the Premier League. I think it's not going to bother him at all. He's going to just get out there and play darts like he has before, and I'm sure no pressure on his shoulders. He'll feel our way, and I think he'll relish it. I think he'll be fantastic, and he'll play well every Premier League, and I hope he does as well.